Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, July 13th through Sunday, July 19th, 2020. For this week's weekly reading, we'll be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine for the main message for everyone. And your spiritual message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Messages from the Light deck by Joyce Huntington. Just a reminder that we're midway into this month of July, so if you want to watch the monthly angel card reading for the month to get a numerological overview, the highlights of the astrological connections for the month, as well as messages from our angels and guides, be sure to go onto my YouTube channel under Colleen Lemma and watch that monthly angel card reading. Excuse me. So let's start by talking about your stones of choice for that special message card for this week. And the first stone of choice is a Tektite. Now, Tektite is close to the obsidian family, that dark black stone that helps with protection. But a Tektite usually, well, always a Tektite comes from a meteorite, whereas obsidian comes from a volcano. Volcanic glass is obsidian. But this Tektite comes from a meteorite, which helps with, from a metaphysical perspective, communication with the otherworldly realm. Okay? It helps with the encouragement of spiritual growth, and it helps to clear blockages within ourselves. So again, that is Tektite. And then the second stone of choice here is a slice of agate. And this particular slice of agate is almost clear. You can almost see my finger here from the back end. So it's a white and almost clear agate. It's got some orange in it. And this clear white agate helps with concentration of the mind. It helps to clear traumas. It helps to provide courage and trust, and also helps with various mental anxiety and other issues of confusion on the mental realm. And then the last stone of choice is going to be a raw blue kyanite. And we see blue kyanite a lot. There's also black kyanite and green kyanite, but the blue is most common. And often we see it cut and polished, but this one is a nice raw piece of beautiful blue kyanite. And the blue kyanite helps to encourage communication and self-expression. It helps to cut through fears and blockages. It helps the development of our spiritual gifts, especially the gift of channeling. And so again, our stones of choice are the Tektite, the clear white slice of agate, and the raw blue kyanite. So let's talk about the astrology for the week. Now, not as busy as weeks past here. We've had about 6 weeks of eclipses and other types of planetary energies and retrogrades and everything else going on. And this week, we only have a couple of days that hold some sort of astrological connections of significance. And one of those days is Tuesday the 14th. And on Tuesday the 14th, we have the Sun in the sign of Cancer opposing Jupiter in the sign of Capricorn. Now, the sun is how we shine our light. It's the lens through which we're shining our light. And right now it's in that sign of Cancer, home and family, love and caring, intuition, empathic ability. We often and mostly think of it in terms of home and family issues. And it's right now opposing Jupiter, which is the planet of our belief systems and the planet of expansion, so that it expands whatever energies it seems to be in touch with. And right now, Jupiter is in touch with Capricorn. It's in Capricorn energies. So we're searching out or understanding or contemplating, if you will, our belief systems regarding career, life path, destiny path, authority figures, our own sense of inner authority, things from a third dimensional level, government, the patriarchal system. All these things are ruled by Capricorn. Now, with the sun opposing Jupiter in Capricorn on Tuesday, it, to me, is highlighting situations between ourselves and others, mostly between us and family members, and our belief systems associated with that. So, of course, this can be on a collective level as well, and our family on a collective level is humanity. And again, Jupiter rules our belief systems. So it's our belief systems from a third dimensional perspective, those that are in a position of power or authority over us. And we're dealing with this kind of back and forth energy of trying to understand and create some sort of a balance in what it is that we're trying to understand. And again, searching out what our belief systems really are. Now, if you pull that onto a more personal level, again, we're trying to understand our belief systems regarding home and family matters, our own sensitivities, emotional sensitivities, which Cancer rules, our empathic abilities, our sense of counseling, guiding, listening, empathizing, assisting other people, those in our community. So Jupiter also can bring blessings. So there can be blessings brought about through home and family situations as well. But Jupiter is retrograde right now, so there may be an internalization of this, and perhaps it's us trying to understand within ourselves that we are blessed, by connecting to our family, by seeing not just our biological family, but the community and those that we're emotionally close to as being our family, that again, we can understand that we truly are blessed with these loving, caring connections that we have in our lives, and shift our belief systems and shift our perspective regarding certain situations and events. Also on Tuesday the 14th, we have Mars in Aries. Mars is the planet of energy, action, and forward movement. He's considered the warrior. And he's connecting to Chiron, who is considered the wounded healer and shaman, also in Aries, but just currently went to retrograde motion last week. So Chiron is now retrograde for the next few months. It's still early enough on in this shift to retrograde motion from last week to intensify the energies of Chiron, which is bringing up wounds from this and previous lifetimes regarding our own sense of identity, our sense of independence, our sense of leadership, our ability to take charge of our lives and take care of our own needs, to understand our own needs, and to work on what it is that we desire, sort of being selfish in a healthy way. This is that Aries energy. Aries can be selfish sometimes, but it's also indicated to be focusing on self in a healthy and balanced way, meaning not to exclude others, but creating proper boundaries and being confident within oneself and being courageous enough to take the steps needed to create some sort of independence in one's life and again, kind of be your own guide, be your own leader, be your own warrior, if you will. So Chiron in Aries is right now being the warrior for its own healing process, and it's connecting with Mars also on Tuesday. So Mars is an activator, and Mars does rule energy, action, and forward movement, but it also rules assertion and sometimes some frustrating warrior-like energy. So it could be highlighting some sort of wounds regarding our sense of self, our self-confidence, our self-individuation, our self-identity. Those are some of the wounds that could be coming up right now to be healed, but Mars can also give us that energy to push through them with confidence and courage and take some sort of action on our behalf. And then on Wednesday, the Sun in Cancer now moves on to oppose Pluto, because Pluto and Jupiter are traveling very close together in Capricorn right now. And Pluto is the planet of transformation, death and rebirth, change, power and control on a big, big level. So now we're having transformation within matters dealing with the home and family, transformation within our own emotions and emotional body, a highlighting perhaps or an intensification of our empathic and intuitive abilities. We might be feeling disempowered by someone or a situation or circumstance in our life. And this energy, including the Mars connecting with Chiron, might be pushing us to take back our power. So whether it's taking back our power from a situation or circumstance, from a person or a relationship, or taking back our power just within our own thoughts and belief systems about ourselves and about our life. This is what's highlighted at this time, which is shortly after that last full moon lunar eclipse that we had on the 4th of July Of course it is, now we're going into the second week after that eclipse, but the energies from those eclipses that we had between June and July are going to last for the weeks to come, as you've heard me mention before. So this process right here this week is a part of the healing process, a part of the death and rebirth process of letting go aspects in our lives or aspects within ourselves, and again our belief systems, taking our power back, doing some very deep healing. And it could be regarding the whole home and family system or the ancestry of our family, meaning that some of these disempowerment patterns may go back very deep, generations into the past. And we are actually bringing healing about for our ancestry and not just for ourselves. And that's about all that's going on astrologically this week. However, if we move forward to the last day of this week, Sunday the 19th, we're going to be in the dark of the moon phase, okay? Because on Monday the 20th, for the beginning of next week's weekly reading, we're going to have another new moon. So on this day, Sunday the 19th, we're in what's called that dark of the moon phase before a new moon. And that's the time where there's a great deal of emotional healing and emotionally going within and kind of retracting our own energies from the outside world that happens to be going on. And because the new moon on Monday the 20th is in the sign of Cancer, on Sunday the 19th we are in a dark of the moon in the sign of Cancer. So it's rather an emotional moon, a sensitive moon, and so our emotional sensitivities are going to be even more intensified at this time. It's a great time to just kind of, again, retract your energies and spend some time in nurturing yourself, doing some self-care and nurturing yourself, whether it be meditation or spending the day alone out in nature, maybe just getting a massage or having some sort of a relaxing day or getting some sort of other healing done for yourself. That would be the greatest use of that day of Sunday the 19th. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides and see what they have to say for us this week. And we start out with the Queen of Michael, and this is like the Queen of Swords in the traditional tarot. Now the Swords suit is the mental realm, so it's thoughts, ideas, our ways of thinking, our perceptions. And the Queen is going to take charge of how she's thinking and perceiving things. Now, the key words at the top of the Queen of Michael says brilliant, self-reliant, insightful, and humorous. And the message at the bottom says you know exactly what to do. And we have the benefit of experience, meaning our wisdom, because we've lived through a good portion of life. We've gained a lot of, knowledge and wisdom from situations and events in our past. And the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Michael, is able to go back and have an understanding of what those lessons were all about from these previous situations, and then to apply what she's learned in what she's going through now. So again, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. So she's usually very objective. The Queen here is not emotional and not nurturing in the suit of swords. She's fair, though. She's fair and just and wants things to be in a place of, again, justice and equality for herself and everyone else. But she's definitely more thought-oriented, more objective, coming up with ideas, coming up with the best plan in how to move forward. So that's interesting, since we have the Sun in Cancer this week. The Sun in Cancer is a very emotional placement, but it is opposing Jupiter and Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, which gives it more of a business-like kind of, attitude, so to speak. So the first phrase of you know exactly what to do, it makes me think of some of the death and rebirth, some of the changes, the redirections that have been maybe initiated in our lives over the last 6 to 8 weeks. And the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Michael here, knows what needs to be done. She's logically or analytically taking a look at the situation. She's maybe got a plan or is making a plan. She knows what she has to do. She's being more objective from it. She's detached from it. The Queen of Michael is a very detached energy. And she's just taking the steps necessary. And if she hasn't taken the steps yet, then again, she has a plan in mind, or she knows what direction she needs to go in. So Again, you might know what needs to be done, the next steps to be taken on your path, and you're being rather, again, logical about the whole process. Let's take a look at the next card here to see what else we have in store for the week. Okay, this is Major Arcana 13. In this deck, it's called Peace with Archangel Azrael. In the traditional tarot, this is the Death card, and it just is talking about death and rebirth energies, energies of transformation and change, usually on an inner level first, and that internal change and transformation will then translate to external change and transformation. That's usually how the Death card works. There's some sort of inner death and rebirth process that we're going through on an inner level. Now, Archangel Azrael is the archangel that assists souls in transitioning from the third dimensional plane of reality to the other dimensions, you know, crossing over. But she's also the grief or counselor angel. So if you're grieving some aspect of the past, if you're grieving a circumstance or situation that has ended, or even grieving an ending within yourself, an old way of perceiving or being or experiencing, Archangel Azrael can help you with that grieving process so that you can let go and move on to something new, so that you can have a rebirth process upcoming. And the message at the bottom here does say to release the past. It says, release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. So followed by the Queen of Michael, there's a plan. We have some sort of a plan or idea of what we need to do next. And now we are letting go of the past and getting ready to initiate or move into something new. And that's what this card seems to be all about. Now, again, it's entitled Peace. And so stay in a place of peace. Stay in a place of balance within yourself. Know that as you're moving away from chaos or things that are disempowering or an energy that just doesn't feel right for you anymore, you're moving more into a state of balance and peace as you move forward and move ahead. Okay, let's go ahead. And also to, let go and let God. There's an aspect of surrender here, to where we need to surrender to the death and rebirth process. We need to surrender to the changes that we're going through. We need to surrender to the guidance, assistance, and direction from our angels and guides and God, energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, to move us into the next step. The last card came out as 2 cards, and so flipping over the first of those last 2 cards, we have another Michael card, another Swords card, another card of the mental realm. This is the 3 of Michael. The 3 of Michael says at the bottom to release the past. So here's the second time that we have released the past. The Peace card or the Death card, Major Arcana number 13, said to release the past. And now this card is saying to release the past. You will grow from this situation, and time heals all wounds. The 3 of Swords is usually about some sort of, some sort of a situation or wounding to our beingness. We've been wounded in some way. Something hasn't gone according to plan. We're hurt, we're grieving, maybe we're depressed, maybe we're frustrated. There's a whole lot of energies on a lower end here of the mental realm and even the emotional realm that's settling in with this 3 of Michael. But just as it says, it's time to release and let go of the past. And knowing that your angels and guides, knowing that your own kind of higher self is working to heal whatever has been going on with you. And if you surrender to that healing and grow from the situation, just like it says, you'll be able to move on stronger, more confident, and more courageous into the next steps as you move forward. Let's go ahead and see what the other card that came out with this card is, and hopefully we can end with some sort of positive, not that this is totally negative, but we can end maybe with a positive note here on what's occurring for us this week. Okay, another Michael card, a lot of the Sword cards, a lot of cards around the mental realm, which is telling us that we're in our heads a lot, right? We're in our heads, we're thinking, we're planning, we're maybe ruminating. There's a lot of things going on in that mental realm. But the Ace of Michael is a very positive Swords card. It talks about new beginnings. The aces are always about new beginnings. With the Michael suit, we're talking about a new beginning in a way of perceiving, a new beginning in the way of thinking, a new beginning in the way of believing about something or our lives. And the message at the bottom says, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to limit your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. And again, that suit of swords does speak of, words, ideas, and communications with other people. And the Three of Michael could again be bringing up some sort of past communication that we still need to heal. Maybe we needed to have a conversation with somebody, and whether it was last week or last month or last year, there's maybe now an introduction to a new beginning that we need to, and we're just coming off of Mercury retrograde too last week, by the way. So now that Mercury has turned back to direct motion in the sign of Cancer, we can revisit those conversations and communications and clear things up right now, to clear up whatever misunderstandings have took place, would be part of what this card is telling us. Definitely a positive message here. But again, this new idea, new thoughts, new perceptions, something new is in the works. And it might be starting first as a thought before it becomes manifested on the physical plane. All right, so let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. Taking a deep breath here. And we're going to just shuffle a little bit here in the first special message for Tektite people. Special message for this week for those who chose Tektite. I'm just opening my eyes on occasion to see if a card is jumping out in my vision, and so far it has not. So just going to shuffle a couple more times. And opening my eyes, and this card right back here kind of caught my eye, and it is bliss. Well, that's a good card. So here I feel like we're being led to move ourselves into a state of bliss. So what does that mean? Maybe we're not feeling happy or joyful or blissful, but if we start recognizing that energy of bliss, and whether it's in the sunlight shining that day, or the flower that's opening in our backyard, or the pet that wants to cuddle with us, or the friend that we haven't talked to in a long time who called us on the phone, whatever that is, it's about moving ourselves into a state of bliss, having that sense of joy, happiness, gratitude, peace, and feeling of bliss in the moments, situations, circumstances, and connections with people around us. So there may be some things for sure that feel difficult or challenging, or communications not going right with others, or endings and situations that we have. But if we can shift our focus to this state and this idea of bliss, and again, this person looks like she's standing outside in the breeze, her skirt is blowing, you can tell that the air is kind of circulating up here. There's a few colored kind of orbs or circles there, a tree branch with colored leaves on it. She's got her eyes closed and her hands up in the air as if she's just experiencing the wind on her face, the breeze blowing her skirt, the sun shining down upon her. And she's in this state of bliss. She's shifting her perspective to just enjoying the moment of where she's at, enjoying the situation that she's currently in. And if the situation you're currently in is not enjoyable, move yourself outside, or move yourself to talk with somebody, or do something that is more joyous and happy, and then just experience that state of bliss within, because that's going to shift your whole energy vibration, and then it will attract more blissful situations. It will attract more blessings into your life. So it's just all about, to me, shifting your perspective, just like that Jupiter-Pluto right now that's retrograde in Capricorn. If we can shift our perspective from feeling disempowered to feeling empowered, and again, it might be as simple as the sun shining on your face and listening to the birds chirping in your ear, that can make you feel more empowered. And then that will shift the energy into this state of, again, bliss and blessings and gratitude and happiness, so that more of that bliss comes to you. All right. And then for those of you that chose the clear white agate, special message for clear white agate people. Special message for clear white agate people. This one caught my attention. Power source. Ooh, I love that. So this looks to be almost, this looks like a wave here to me, like a wave of the ocean, a wave of water. This could also be a wave of the universe, however, because up here we look like we're in the universe and there's a couple stars. And then there's this interesting looking power source that has light emanating from it and also light emanating down to it. So this can be a multi kind of message. One is that you are the power source and you are the creator of your own reality, and you need to exude a positive power that is within you, that's within each one of us, to move forward on your path, which again is about empowerment, right? We're needing to empower ourselves, know that we are powerful spiritual beings that are co-creators with God Source Energy Universe, creator of our reality, and we need to exude that power in a positive way in order to move forward in the way that we would like to see things, or to have things manifest and unfold in the way we would like to see them manifest and unfold. The other way to look at this is that we need to kind of open up our crown chakras and allow the power of the universe, the powerful energy of the universe, to download us with this wonderful, powerful, and empowering energy, to kind of energize us, to inspire us, to rejuvenate us, basically, to heal us, to transform us in such a way. So in meditation, if you sit and focus on opening the crown chakra, your crown chakra, and asking for Source, God, Universe to give you a download of higher vibrational, empowering, healing, protective energy, then that energy is going to flow into you, into the crown chakra, and help to, again, re-empower you. Your power is still there, but maybe you're feeling disempowered right now for some reason, or maybe you're feeling a lack of energy or motivation in some area. So either allow the power of the universe to activate you, or find that activation of your own power and empowerment within yourself and utilize it in the most positive way to move forward on the next steps on your path. Okay, and then for the people that chose the raw blue kyanite. Okay, raw blue kyanite, special message for raw blue kyanite people. The one on the bottom, the one that's touching my bottom fingers, is calling me, so I'm going to turn that over. This is grace. Having a sense of peace, balance, grace. This person's in a meditative state. It's not surprising that we have the cards that we do, again, coming off of these eclipse energies, coming off of Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. They're both now direct, although we do have other planets still retrograde, but they are slower moving. So our personal planets, the planets that rule our day-to-day life activities like Mercury and Venus and Mars, are now all in forward movement, at least at this time. And so, you know, I feel like we're able to be more balanced now, especially if we go into this meditative, contemplative, alone type of space to kind of rejuvenate, regather our energies, kind of like reviewing what's been going on the last few weeks is what I'm feeling. You know, there may have been a lot of either changes in the physical world around us, or changes within ourselves, or just things that have been bringing up thoughts and you know, our belief systems, and wondering what to be true for us anymore, or what we need to do next. Now it's time to kind of gather all of that and kind of meditate on it. It's time to reflect on it. It's time to review the past, or review the past few weeks at least, if not past few years, to understand who we are, where it is that we've come, where we want to go next, and to be again in this state of grace. She's got this wonderful blue energy that's shining down upon her, at least the upper level of her body. And, you know, that blue energy can be activating her clairvoyance, can be activating her clairaudience, even activating her claircognizance. Those upper chakras in this meditative state are being activated for her. And the lower chakras, really, she's got beautiful, vibrant orange color here. And the orange is usually the color of the sacral chakra, which is our center of creative self-expression. and passion. And she's even got a little bit of gold up here, and she's got some gold down here in her orange dress as well. So that is, solar plexus, confidence, courage, willpower. She's got a lot going on here, and she's staying in this state of peace and grace. It's almost like she's being silent in a way, that she's waiting for spirit to talk to her. She's waiting for her angels and guides to give her some sort of guidance or some sort of message as to how she will move forward. But she's doing so not in a state of fear, not in a state of anxiety, not in a state of, depression or any lower vibrational emotion or feeling. She's totally at peace here. She's totally balanced. She's totally in this state again of grace and just listening, just perceiving, waiting, being patient as to what is next for her on her path. And she's being open. She's being open and allowing and receptive in this meditative state for whatever that message of guidance is going to be for her. Okay, everyone, I hope you've all liked this weekly angel card reading. Thank you so much for following me on my Facebook pages, for checking out my website, for commenting and supporting me on my YouTube videos. Please like and please share both my videos, my posts. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you for those of you that have sent your testimonials for my website. That is a great and wonderful help for me. Thank you to those that have signed up for readings or healing sessions or classes. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I'm sending you lots of love and light as we move through this month of July, and many, many angel blessings.